Good morning again, everyone. I'm in a wonderland now. It's just such a fantastic place here. I am in France, in the Jura region. That's where I live. And this morning I was heading to a totally different direction. I was going to a lake, like surrounded by woodland and so on. And as I drove past a location, like about 20 minutes before arriving, I just saw all this area of meadow and trees and a bit of forest that was all white. I mean, as you can see it now, all frozen. So I just decided to stop around. I don't know if you can see, but on the back there's a little bit of mist. And I caught a little bit of that, and there are like so many locations where I can shoot now. There is a small village there, so I probably won't shoot in that direction. But it's just amazing. So I didn't have this idea for this video, so it's a bit, I'm going a bit with the flow now. I will see what I discover because I don't know this area at all. And I'm gonna see what I have. And I already stopped and I'm gonna show you the pictures right now to one location just on the roadside before, and hopefully the pictures were good. So let's take a look at this and let's enjoy this video. So I'm not sure if you can see too well here, but the forest on the background now is lit by the sun. So sun is coming, of course, from the east, and now it's like really hitting just the top of the forest, which is amazing because it creates a contrast of colors between the foreground, which is completely white, and the background, which is like now orangish. So I'm gonna share maybe with this camera, so let me record. So as you can see, probably somewhere here, I'm recording with this one. I'm shooting with my 55 to 200 millimeters, and you can see how the scene appears on my screen. So basically, so here it's a bit cropped, so I would have to zoom out a little bit. So like this is probably how it looks the best for my picture. So I have here the fence that I use as a foreground, somehow as kind of leading lines. They're like here, those kind of hills that are like creating a small pattern with just this tiny tree here, which is like really, really nice. And we've got a range of trees. So the whole meadow here is like creates the foreground and middle ground, let's say. And then on the background here, we have like the forest, which is completely lit now. It creates like really this contrast of colors. It's just really amazing. So I will have to shoot a little bit around, because I think as the light will develop around the place, it's gonna be really amazing. The only thing that bothers me really in this location now, it's the I don't know if you can see it here on the video. It's the grid here. There is a pole. I'm not even sure if we can see really the grid on it, but definitely there's a grid, and you've got them a bit all around, because there are like lots of small villages that are a bit everywhere here. So it's really hard to get rid of those and not to have them in your frame. So I have to decide afterwards whether I want to remove it or whether I want to let it. Generally, I will tend to remove it because it's not supposed to be here in the first place. But we can discuss about it for a long time, because the fence is not supposed to be here in the first place too. And I like to have the fence, but the fence looks much more natural in the overall frame, as opposed to the grid, which feels like it's just a pole standing in the middle of nowhere. They usually put them where they have space. So yeah, I tend to remove those kind of elements because I don't think they blend in very well. If I would shoot this in particular, then yeah. But in this case, it's not really what I'm looking for. So yeah, no, it's really fantastic scene and really fantastic scenery this morning. So I'll keep shooting a little bit, and I talk to you in a little while. In the meantime, I'm showing you the pictures I'm taking with the other camera. All right, have fun. So I moved a little bit my location, and actually now it's like an amazing scenery, like definitely made for minimalism. It's like all white. You've got a few fences, you've got the mist on the background there. I mean, let me show you with this camera. I think you're able to see it here. So basically you've got the mist on the background. You've got, if I zoom out a little bit, you've got the trees, the fences, the hill. The tree starts to unveil on the background, so I will need to shoot a little bit here because the mist might disappear actually fairly quickly, and there will be a bit of mix of light now, so it's gonna be really, really nice coming in. But there is definitely like lots of opportunities just here. I mean, it's a fantastic place. I'm so happy I came here this morning. As I said, I was supposed to go to another place. I crossed and I had like a 5 minutes reflection. Do I go? Do I stay? This happens a lot. Since I didn't know how the conditions were there, I knew how they were here. I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stick here and let's see what I find. And just driving a little bit around, and I found this place is just like, it's basically almost a 360 view where I can just enjoy. So I'm gonna fly my drone a little bit as well to go into this, because I think it's gonna be very beautiful, and you guys can see maybe a few pictures, videos for sure. Let's see what I come up with the pictures, but gonna definitely enjoy it. So, alright, what an incredible morning. What an incredible morning. But I'm gonna show you more pictures and I'm gonna comment them all, and maybe after in the studio as well, I'm gonna get back to some of them so that we can analyze them a little bit deeper. I think that would be really interesting for you, and actually for me as well. I always like to kind of see where I could have done better, or maybe like I'm like, wow, this I didn't expect that. So it's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna continue tracing now. So now it's that very challenging moment where the light is changing all around the place, and because it comes and it just like unveils slowly, so all the areas that were under shadows are just slowly passing through sunny and shadow, and then fully sunny, so fully highlighted, let's say. And you need to be quick in those moments, because then once the light is getting harsh, then it's over. Then you've got then there's nothing left. So the interesting part is when everything is white. When everything is white, or you've got a few shadows here and there, you've got the mix. If you get like everything fully highlighted, then it kind of gets too harsh, too warm almost. I like to have this blue tint in my shot, this cold tint. This atmosphere is like, it's like really something quite special. And I don't mean that it's always bad. Sometimes you've got like perfect conditions, and it doesn't mean that I won't have any of those this morning. I hope I have. But in general, it's not what I personally prefer, and I try to do my photography in the way I want it to be done, and definitely having some beautiful light that I like, or like no light, as I said before, but more shadows, then that's something really important to me. I like to convey in my pictures the atmosphere I enjoy myself, because of course, I usually take pictures, and I do it. I don't do it really for social network and all of that. I do pictures for myself, so I shoot something I really enjoy. Of course, I like to show them, as long as they seem fine to me and they seem I judge them as something I can show. Then it's definitely something I would do. But in general, I shoot for myself, and I shoot because I enjoy that, and I enjoy being here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the fields. That's something quite special. So yeah, I keep on doing this. Can feel like every village is like waking up now, because there's a tractor coming, there's like the bells and so on. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. I really enjoy that. Really enjoy that. So that was an incredible morning, really. Lots of white, lots of frozen, any kind of areas, a lot of beautiful meadows. It was really amazing. And by the way, nothing better than a good cup of coffee after a cold morning and warming up your hands with some very nice gloves. So these are Valerie gloves. I'm not really making advertisement for them, but for those who want to know the brand, this is the brand Valerie. They are very good gloves. I can only recommend them. I use them when I go in Norway, whether by myself or on workshops. And these are really amazing ones. I don't regret having them. They really warm up your hands quite quickly and they keep them warm. So, and I particularly like those mittens here because you really get hot like quite quickly. It's not always the most practical, but they're definitely great. And they come with an inside liner, so pretty good. Can only recommend the brand. And yeah, I've had lots of good shots. Now the light is very harsh and there are like really hard cuts on of shadows, and that's not particularly what I like. I really like smooth shadows, and I think there's still like some nice shots to do, but it's not really. I've done a few of them already, and I probably won't do a lot of it if I take a lot more of this kind of shots. But I'm gonna try to drive around a little bit more and see if there are like some few more areas. I don't expect to take any more pictures for now, but I think that's gonna be more about scouting. So it's gonna be interesting. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna get back to my studio and I'm gonna talk to you about a few of those pictures, probably sharing some that I like and maybe some that could have been improved, because I believe that I have some that are really cool and some as well where I could have done a little bit better. I looked at them quickly and let's see about this. I'll confirm this when I get back to the studio. So I'm gonna finish my coffee and talk to you in a little while. In the meantime, enjoy, and I'm gonna show you some few more pictures. So have fun. Hi again. So I'm finally back in my studio, and once again it was an incredible morning. I'm very happy. And actually I realized three things. So one is that I should have done something a little bit different. I could have done a little bit more of one thing, and I should have paid a little bit more attention to certain things. And let me start with this third point here. So basically, I live in a rural area, and there are quite a bit of fields around, like lots of agriculture and lots of cows. And one thing I didn't pay attention to when I was on site is that there is quite a bit of cow dung in the fields around the place I was in. So, and it kind of struck me when I looked at the picture again. If you look here at this picture, so this is one I'm talking about at the beginning of the video, and I'm sharing a little bit my composition here. And by the way, I kept the pole here. I thought it was okay to let it. Would not have made a big difference by removing it. Maybe a bit cleaner, but in the end, it's part of the landscape, so I just let it in. And how the picture looked. If I would not have removed all the dung around, would have looked like this. But you can see that there is like quite a bit of it like everywhere, and in my opinion, that's really not selling very well the picture and the location. So I allow myself to remove it. So I cleaned it up. You can see that there's a bit of difference here, especially in the field in the front here. But it's all right. I guess it still works. And there's the second picture, which is that one. So you can see that the grass here looks perfectly clean and fairly, I mean, it looks nice and it looks clean and minimalist. And the truth is that the picture looked a bit more like that. So it's not very good selling point in my opinion. That doesn't really change much at the picture per se. So I'm totally fine doing this. I just think it brings like this minimalist part from the picture that we would not have if we have all this mess around the place. Now there is another thing that I could have done more. And this is like, I noticed it as I was like replaying some of my drone shots. And if you look at this drone shot here, you can see that if I would have moved, so I was here, if you look at this image, I was here on the right hand side, a little bit further, like maybe 100 meters, 200 meters further away. And I could have walked all this path here and probably see some of these trees here with a different angle. I can see that there are like a few of them in the mist on the back there, although the mist was quite high, it was not that low. I still feel I could have done a little bit differently, things a bit differently, and I should have done them a bit differently. I should have gone and take those pictures from different angles. Even those 3 pines here, I guess there are 3 of them. I would have been like really different. And I don't say I would have taken better shots. This, I have no idea. But certainly different angles and maybe something a bit more minimalist in some ways with a bit more mist. I mean, it is what it is, but still I feel for next time I need to keep this in mind. And let me know, by the way, if you have anything that you tend to keep doing and you feel that it's not right and you should have done a little more, you should do things differently, let's say. Let me know in the comment section. That I'd be interested about this. It's always interesting to know. And the last thing, I think what I could have done more, it's looking at the drone, is like I should have maybe used a little bit more the drone. So if we look at the pictures I took with the drone here, I only have actually only one, which was, in my opinion, worth using, and that's this one, which I think is a great picture. The sunlight was for quite some time in this state. So and there was still quite a bit of mist, like a layer of mist, like, I don't know, maybe 30, 40, 50 meters higher up in the air. And that really brought a lot of atmosphere. And I should have really used a little bit more my drone. I would be there again. I would probably take a good 20, 30 minutes shooting with the drones and trying to get some few great pictures with it. I mean, I'm not disappointed once again with all what I took. I think generally speaking, that was a very nice session. I just think that those few things that I shared with you now are like are the few things that maybe would have improved the session for the better. Once again, I don't know about this, but I believe that would have improved the session for the better. So I need to keep reminding myself sometime that, okay, I need to walk maybe those 100, 200 meters further away and see what's there. And sometimes we don't do it because we're too hanged on what we're doing and the place we are. And we think like, okay, when the light will move, then I will get the same shot with different lights, which is true. But maybe we would have gotten like different compositions with amazing lights in some other locations. So that's something to always keep in mind. And once again, remind yourself as you go along. So that's pretty much it for this video. I think that was once again a very interesting session, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Maybe I hope you at least enjoyed the pictures and the views of this location. And with that, I wish you good luck with your photography, and see you next time for another video.